What is up, man? So we just did a little oil change right quick. We got a lot to talk about, man. We got some catching up to do. Seem like I gotta say that every time we every time I cut this camera on, but we got a little catching up to do. I gotta get y'all in the loop, and I gotta go pick the little one up. So I guess I'll do that and talk to y'all on my way there. You know. All right, guys. So in man, last couple months, couple things have changed. I really didn't discuss it in the last video that I uploaded, but just to let y'all know where we at, man. So obviously 300 is still working, still haven't had any issues with it. I do plan on doing like a little tune up just for the upcoming mods and retune, which we're gonna start this week. So I should be getting a little more consistent with the content here pretty soon. Not to mention, right? So those of y'all that's been following the build thus far, you know the end goal is to swap it, right? Okay, so that's still the goal, but we kind of spent the swap money, right? So I had some change kind of put up specifically for that. And we end up buying another car. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have caught wind of what it was. And I actually did this back like around like Thanksgiving time. I bought a BMW M5, man. It was kind of a deal that I couldn't pass from a person that I know. So I went ahead and snatched that. It does have some problems. I mean, it runs and drives just fine, but it does have some problems. So it is in the lab right now. Been there for a little while, actually, about a month and a half, almost a month and a half now. But I don't want y'all to get upset or nothing. Like, the channel is not changing from Chrysler 300 to nothing else. Like, started the channel on the Chrysler. Yeah, we may get other cars, but this channel is going to be strictly Mopar. So, you know, you may see that car from time to time. You may not. Well, most likely it'll be in the garage, like where the 750 is parked, because I'm working on trying to get that fucking thing up out of there right now. I had a guy come and look at it about a week ago. Claims he wants it. I'm like, look, man, this car been sitting here for 3 years. Next month or well, not next month, March. So about 2 months from now, it'll make 3 years that car hasn't started. It hasn't moved. It's literally been in the same spot. And as you can imagine, the battery is as dead as batteries can be. It won't hold a charge at all. So I gotta get that fucking thing out of there to make some room. Yeah, so that thing has to go. Not to mention, and again, you'd have to been around for a while. In a video I had said, what did y'all think about me getting a 300, the Gen 1 300 with the 5.7? And we do like a full 5.7 build alongside this thing. So I'm actually gonna get a 5.7. I've been looking at a few, man. A lot of them are overpriced. I will say that. The one I was gonna get, it was a guy that knew absolutely nothing about, you know, that Hemi platform. And because I saw this on Facebook Marketplace, you're selling the car for $1,600 in immaculate fucking condition, nearly. A little bit of, you know, interior wear, but that's normal. But the outside was perfect. It was like not white, but kind of like the off-white color. I don't know if y'all remember. I'm gonna put a clip up. I mean a picture up, so you see. But it was the off-white color. Had the 5.7. And when I messaged him on Facebook, I'm like, yo, what's wrong with it? You're selling it for $1,600. Something's got to be wrong with it. And he's like, yeah, man, the engine is making this god-awful ticking sound. I hadn't brought it to the shop to see what it is. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, that's probably just the lifters. You know what I mean? Common problem with the 5.7. And I'm like, bro, for $1,600, I'll come get that car from you like today. As long as it's just ticking and, you know, it's not like knocking and all kinds of crazy shit. But anyways, we ended up setting up a meeting. The guy wasn't available throughout the week. He was like, yo, if you can come Saturday, you know, really anytime over the weekend, I'll be here. You can come check the car out, whatever. So come Friday, like it was like Friday that week, he ended up selling it. Sold it to somebody else, you know, like. So when I hit him up, like, yo, what time you want me to come down there? He's like, oh man, sorry man, I already sold the car, had a guy, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, you know, no big deal. So I got a few others on the radar that I plan on going look at here, probably for the weekend if they still there. I don't really have the time during the week. And I passed by a little dealership earlier that has two of them, but I don't know if it's the Hemis or if it's the V6 versions. Obviously, we got a V6 300. We're not buying another one, so it's got to be the 5.7. My bad, little cop there. I didn't want him to see me holding his camera up. But yeah, so they got two of them. They got a black one and a white one. I don't know if they, you know, like I think 3.5 from that generation or the smaller motor. I don't know. It could be 5.7s. I have no idea. I wanted to go look at those today. I'm not really sure with this weather if I really care to go and look at cars, so I might end up doing it tomorrow. But we definitely gonna pull the trigger on that. I've even seen some ones that are in really good shape, but you know, to have a car from 2006 and you want 15 grand for it, like that's kind of a stretch, man. I can just buy this same generation with a 5.7 for nearly that price, or like a 2012. I've seen some of them for like $7,000-8,000. I really don't want that one. I would prefer the Gen 1, but just depends. You know, we may end up getting the model that came before this one in a 5.7, but we'll see. Definitely going to do that. Like I say, I'm actively looking for one of those. It's not a ton of 5.7s on the market in Louisiana, to be honest, man. If I wanted that V6 one, I could have had one. I can go get one of those any day. There's plenty of those. But the 5.7, you know, usually you read the description, oh, the motor's locked up, or oh, you know, this is wrong with it. That it's got an oil leak or something crazy, like. And yes, it's gonna be a project, but I don't want it to be a project that I have to get running. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to already be at least in shape where I could daily it. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna get rid of that Crown Victoria as well. Just gotta free up some driveway space. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, don't have the longest driveway, so we gotta free up some space for that as well. But that'll be soon, man. Hoping at least in the next couple weeks, probably, if I can find a good one, man. Because I'm trying not to have to drive all the way to Texas, because Texas is flooded with them. Just really didn't want to have to drive way to Texas and then drive back, you know. So that's the dilemma with that, man. You know, just wanted to let you guys know that we still doing our thing here. You know what I mean? Again, the mods we have for this car, I would like to get them put on in the month of February and get it retuned in the month of February. Several events coming up that I would like to take part in, like, you know, actually taking it to the track, see what it can do, you know, in a quarter officially, you know, versus me like using the little timers on the dashboard. Actually see what it can do, you know, when it's lined up next to some of the big boys, like you know, like the 392s and the 50s and shit. Like 392 it'll be a pretty close race until the top end. Obviously, you know, this car, it's a V6, you know what I mean? So it's got gearing for fuel economy, not for no damn acceleration and all that shit. So we got to get the gears out of here. And we've been had the diff, man. I just don't have the axles, and I really just hadn't been thinking about that stuff. But we want to get that on. I told you guys that we're going to run E85, so we got to get that together. The pulleys, we got to get those on, and the manifolds, the ported manifolds. And I think we probably gonna stop it there for now. Get it retuned, see what we can do. That should be enough for us to break 500, and then, you know, I'll be ready to really get at some folks. If you watch the race against the 5.7 that I did, that I uploaded like a couple weeks ago, like that guy had been tailgating me for like several miles. I'm just minding my business. Really didn't care to race at the moment, but there was a point where he really got on side me. He started shifting down. I was like, you know what? And not to mention, I saw he had his camera up, so he was thinking, because, you know, you can hear the exhaust on my car. You know, he knew it was a V6. Thought he was going to get him a good clip of him catching a V6 lacking, and he ended up catching the wrong one. So in the video, like, I let him get the hit, because I knew it was, you know, once this boost come on, it was going to be curtains. So, you know, so yeah, 5.7, and that was, again, that was me giving him the hit. I could have easily shift down to have the car in boost already, and then hit the gas and really got lost on him. But it was a good run to me. It was a good run to me. On Instagram, oh my God, so much hate. It got so much hate on Instagram, man. Like, that video is like 230,000 views, like 500 comments or some shit, man. And it's like, I'm gonna say about 70% haters. Oh man, he let off. No, he didn't. When you think he let off, that was when my car was coming in the boost. Yeah, it looked like he let off, because, you know, we were getting down the road on his ass. But yeah, they could not tolerate seeing it. And I'm like, I don't understand the big deal. My car is modified. His was, at least, he might have had like muffler delete or something, you know. But for the most part, his car was stock. I'm probably completely stock. You know what I mean? So, like, what do you expect? And then in the comments, oh well, what do you think will happen if he put a supercharger on his car? I don't care about that shit. He didn't have no fucking supercharger. He he wanted to race, and he lost the race. You know what I mean? We could do this what if game. Okay, what if I had a V12 and not a V6? Like, we could do that shit all day long, man. You know what I mean? That's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. You know what I mean? Hate those type of comments. And I only see that type of stuff in, like, the Mopar community. Mopar and Ford. I don't think anybody else does that shit. Like, in my BMW days, when I was in, like, the BMW groups and shit, nobody cared if you had a 3 Series or a 2 Series or 5, whatever, you know. It's gang over here, man. We don't care about we don't care about none of that bullshit. Like, but anyways, you know, that's to be expected, especially on the internet. But yeah, like, when I tell you my phone was going off so much with Instagram notifications, like, I just turned fucking comments off, you know. And everybody, oh man, look, bro, you got the wrong one. This whole, because it's like this notion that if you have a V6, it's because you couldn't afford a V8. Like, I don't know where that comes from, you know, who drafted that idea up, but it's completely fucking stupid, right? My car is paid. It's a 2019. It's paid off. It's just 2023. Car been paid off for over a year. You hear me? Supercharger, like, that's easily could have been just money down to go buy a brand new, you know, V8 vehicle if I wanted. If I wanted. I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, real fucking like toxic Mopar type of shit in the comments. You know, and I go check these people's pages out, and this is not a dig on anybody that lives in an apartment. But if you got a 392 Scat Pack parked at an apartment complex, I don't want to hear your mouth about what I can and can't afford. I live in a $300,000 home on over an acre of land, bruh. Like, get out of here. And then not to mention, can't nobody come get mine if times get hard. You know, I own this. But that's another conversation for another day. You know. But yeah, man, I think we're going to go ahead and go see what them Chryslers are, man. We're going to go see if they V6s or if they V8s. We're going to look at them right now. I'm in the mood now. I started talking and got in the mood to go do it. So fuck the rain. We're going to go do it anyway. You know.
We got in, was right with man.
I know you said theft mode. I'm going to have to go look that up.
Yeah.
That's it, man. And it is the Hemi. Say it's not running right now, but he's gonna give me a call. I guess they just got it, and for whatever it says in theft mode or some shit like that, so it won't start. And they got this one. This is the one that I was with it being black. I was hoping this one was a 5.7, but this is a 3.5. So, because it's in really good condition. Really good condition. Man. Probably hear my music. You let y'all get a shot of 300. You know you don't get to see it too often unless you follow me on Instagram. You know. But yeah, guys. So that car, again, it's not running at the moment. The guy said the thing is in theft mode or whatever that means. I'm not sure. But yeah, it says once they get it together, he's gonna give me a call. And he called me, we gonna get it. Well, as long as it's actually running, you know what I mean? But yeah, we gonna go get that, man. That'll be start of the 5.7 build. I don't like that it's gold. I wish it really could have been one that's black already, but we gonna make it work. You know, we can always do away with a color, so not a big deal. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they get that shit running in the next couple days, because we're gonna get it, man. We're gonna get it. You know. Yes, sir.